Hot water pressure on the top floor of our house was dropping, which is a sign it's time to clean the boiler. In our system, things are set up so that scale builds up on the exit pipe of the boiler because it's on the top of the tank. Turned off the power, closed all incoming and outgoing boiler pipes, made notes of where all the wires go before pulling them out. Released the pressure from the bottom boiler valve. Valve is blocked with scale on the other side, so as soon as the pressure is out, the water would be barely dripping. Took off the top, disconnected the ground clip, removed the sensor from the temperature sensing pipe. Thick pipe on the lid is the sacrificial magnesium anode, which is a simple rod that minimizes the metal corrosion in the system. If it's in a really bad shape, it should simply be replaced. First look inside before adding any citric acid. Added too much citric acid and it didn't drain enough water. A bit of water got outside, which is not a big deal. I just flushed it later with some clean water. Didn't know about magnesium anode at the time, and we tried to clean it. That didn't have much effect. The rest of the lid we cleaned pretty good, and I wanted a good seal when it's all back. I added 4 kilos of citric acid by 10 p.m. and it looks like reaction releases energy, because after 3 hours of standing open, the boiler cooled just 2 degrees. I added the final kilogram in the morning around 6 a.m. It barely had any effect at that point. I couldn't just close the boiler back at this point because of the potential air pressure buildup inside. Instead, I opened one hot water tap in the basement and the outgoing hot wire line. Careful here, as hot water from the top floors rushes down into the almost full tank. Now I had a path for the air to escape while I closed the boiler. First go the bolts, then the seal with the lid. I tightened the nuts, making sure to have even pressure on the seal. Connected the grounding wire back, all the sensors go back in the pipe, insulation on top and the plastic cover. It's funny that 9 hours after I turned off the heating, it's still 52 degrees. Since I now had hot acid instead of hot water, I went and washed down all the scale in the bathrooms. Made sure to wash down with cold water afterwards, as the citric acid is sticky when it dries. It probably took a couple cubic meters of water and half an hour of having all the hot taps open to minimize the acidic taste in the hot water to a reasonable level. It's curious that leaving the hot acidic water in the tap for 10 minutes and then turning it on resulted in the blue bubbly water coming out at first. Probably cleaned the pipes as well. I have no idea if it's safe to leave citric acid inside the tank for so long, and if it's bad for the pipes. Probably depends on the water pipe type. I did a few tests before and after the cleaning, and as you see on the chart, the hot water 2 weeks after the cleaning contained a lot of metals. Aluminum was there, but not over the limit. Copper was more than twice over the limit. Manganese was half the limit, nickel almost at the limit, and lead was more than 4 times over the limit. So you definitely do not want to drink your hot water, especially in the first month after such a cleaning. 6 weeks after the cleaning, all the metals scaled back a lot, so even lead was about 46% instead of 430. Even iron went to 6% right after the cleaning. Acid does something that makes all those metals come into your drinking water, and I don't think you would want that.